Hi guys, I'm Juan,
And I'm Julian.
and we are the Monty LifeStyle brothers. So, for today's subject, we are going to discuss Faker being offered a blank check to join a North American team. And for those of you who don't know, Faker is well known for his gaming ability. He's even considered the best in the community of League of Legends. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Hi everybody, hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk, and a story today that I really can't believe. It actually broke this past weekend. That around what we voted, or many people did, as one of the top esports players of the past decade. That being Faker, guys. He shows his true loyalty to Korea and continues to actually make his first moves here in esports and gaming in terms of the first time we've ever seen something like this. I'm sure many of you guys have heard the rumors and now confirmed on a Korean talk show as well. I will link the clip down below for you guys. It's what he's been offered to apparently leave Korea, which he's actually turned down, which just blows my mind. Now, we've seen some pretty crazy...
So the title of this article is Faker offered a blank check to join a North American team.
A blank cheque.
North America will probably pay him the most, and that's what I think they mean by blank check, because he could probably negotiate any price he wants, and he'd get tons of views.
Yeah, that's actually a really smart tactic from the North American team, because imagine having that or him associated with a North American team. It's going to pull that whole demographic over and holistically boost the overall talent pool and standard of playing for esports, let alone League of Legends in general. Whether or not he takes it, we shall see. What do you think?
I think it'd be cool to see him like on TSM or CLG.
TSM. Now that would be mind-blowing to say the least. That would be fun though.
Sure would. All right, let's continue.
Link the clip down below for you guys. It's what he's been offered to apparently leave Korea, which he's actually turned down, which just blows my mind. Now, we've seen some pretty crazy contracts this year, this past year, and will continue to do so for the future, but Faker apparently turned down a stunning contract, not only from China and Tencent, but also from North America. And here that is, guys. He turned down $10 million from China to join the LPL and a blank check from North America.
이제 중국에서 말이죠 100억대 연봉을 제안했고 북미가 팩티수트를 이렇게
히로이 세가이.
실제로 그 계약서를 본 적은 없지만 저도 그럴 거라고 생각해요. 왜냐면 지금 자부심도 있고 혹시 진짜 신나네. 연예인 중에서 이건 진짜야.
And all of this, by the way, in this same talk show was broken that apparently...
That's so funny. They're calling him a celebrity, and you know, I just feel like it's a new type of celebrity. It's not in the traditional sense.
Yeah, that's right, 100%. You figure nowadays, right, when you're at this level, especially with respect to the gaming industry, you're more than just a quote-unquote gamer. Mentally speaking, right, you got to figure the way he processes information and with the way he prepares based on what little he shows suggests that his mindset and overall, I guess you can call analytical powers, are well above your average gamer, hence the wages he's receiving. So yes, celebrity may actually be an understatement if you ask him. I'm sure a lot of people in the League of Legends community would consider him godlike at this point.
Yeah, people in the League of Legends community definitely worship this guy. All right, let's continue.
Apparently this guy spends right around $170 a month on all of his necessities, which is pretty incredible if true, an obvious millionaire as well. That's a single car payment for me. $170 a month is what he spends on all the things he needs. So obviously he's not necessarily in need of money, but either way, to actually turn down these stunning offers, which we have never before seen, at least to my knowledge, a $10 million esports contract turned down, and a blank check. For anyone curious, by the way, that means he could supposedly name his number to come to North America. It is shocking. Also, what people really aren't talking about is the fact we now have, I guess you could say, a parent company, an owning company of Riot Games, that being Tencent, who owns Riot. offering an individual player to come to their league. That's the China league known as the LPL, which is insane to think about. That's like some sort of comparison saying Valve offers Simple or ZywOo to come play in this said league. That is incredible. We do not see this in esports and gaming, guys. Tencent is now trying to pay a player to come to their Chinese league because he's that notable and he's that brand friendly, which is crazy. He turns down 10 million from a giant titan of Tencent, but also turns down a blank check, which we suppose is probably from, you guys can, of course, can leave your guesses down below. I'm going to say either Evil Geniuses or a team like Liquid, who's known to spend a fair amount of money on their players. Either way, a blank check is pretty insane for any organization.
Man, what do you think about that?
Well, a blank check in general from the organization offering that to him means that they're wanting him to make an offer. Whether or not he actually gets that number isn't absolute. So let's say he does make an offer or puts a number on that check. They're essentially going to use that as leverage, or I guess a base to negotiate further with him. And so it's smart of Faker to not put down a number just so that way he can increase his leverage. How this pans out, I don't know, but it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's a good move on his part. Definitely a smart money-making move. All right, here we go.
Organization to actually have the faith in Faker being worth it, especially when it comes time for speaking English in comms and actually be able to compete in North America. Yes, you might win some North American things. I don't know. The debate's still open as to whether or not that would influence any big changes when it comes to international events. I would say Evil Geniuses or Team Liquid have the money to actually do so, or at least the intent to want to offer a blank check, which is a ridiculous thing to offer in the first place. I would say not really Cloud9's kind of thing, given especially limited spending with their previous, their just announced CSGO roster. Alongside that, they paid just almost $1 million in fines about a month and a half ago. I don't think they have the funds or the intent to actually spend that much money on a guy like Faker, but either way, this is insane, guys. We are now talking about $10 million contracts, which likely we won't talk about again for quite some time. I mean, the nearest thing we came to was a 2.3 with Hooney, and even then, that was ridiculous. Yes, contracts are growing, but not to this amount. This is incredible. One of the highest offerings, if not the single highest offering we will see for quite some time. That being Faker, who, by the way, just shows his true loyalty to the Korean country and the region, and that's just generally going to only impress more people, as if there's anything more to be impressed by. Great.
All right, final thoughts?
So, the fact that he hasn't jumped at the bait to, say, hey, give me $100 million for a contract with you guys, automatically suggests to me that he has a very strong level of restraint, which means behind the scenes he probably has a lot of very smart people that he's rubbing shoulders with, saying, hey, you know what? Don't make an offer. Let them make a specific numeric offer. Not only that, but as the host suggested, his loyalty, which is obviously invaluable, especially if you're iconic to a whole country like South Korea.
Yeah, definitely. I think Faker has a bright future ahead. He has a lot of options. He'll probably want to stay in Korea. I wonder if he has any love interests or anything any other forces that are trying to keep him over there. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Perhaps his love for his teammates and his coaches.
Yeah, it could be the love for his teammates or coaches too. Didn't even think about that one.
Okay, everybody, so that concludes the reaction video. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, do us one more favor. In the comment section below, leave us a suggestion on the next reaction video that we should do. Thanks again.